This Raw Vision video is brought to you by Metro Solar, proud partner of the Richmond Football Club. G'day Tiger fans, welcome to the Spotlight on round 17 brought to you by Metro Solar, and the Tigers are taking on Fremantle. It's a late start on Saturday afternoon, 4:35 p.m. at the NCG, and as always we're joined by Brendon Lade. Lady, we're halfway through Big Boy month. We've got a couple of tough games coming up though, obviously Freo this week and Hawthorn. It'd be good to get one of these under the belt. Yeah, that's right. Won our first two of the month, and looking forward to challenging ourselves against the best in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, first and third on the ladder, I think they are. So, really good test to see where we're at as a footy club. On a big stage, everyone's watching. Need some results to go our way and to get a couple of wins. Do you take much out of the last time you played Freo? Does that give you a little bit more confidence, or is it just you wipe the slate clean and go again? A little bit of both. We'll take a bit out of that game last time, as they will. They played okay after quarter time. But we started really well in that game, and we defended really well for long periods. And for us, it's about doing that again, starting well, and not parking the bus, but getting more scores and keeping them under 50 or 60 points would be really good. Beautiful. Well, let's have a look at the team this week. And I think one thing this year is, and especially in the last few months, it's been a reasonably settled lineup going into each game. Yeah, probably the midfield and the defenders have been the most settled for the whole year. I don't think we've had a change through those lines all year. And the forward line, one or two come in or out each week depending on who we play and form dictating the VFL. So, as you said, it's really pleasing to have that that continuity in our team. Good to see Benny Lennon get a couple of games in a row. He came in earlier in the year for one game against Geelong, but kicking 3 goals keeps his spot. Yeah, he did some really good things last week. He's got a habit of just popping up in the right spot at the right time and kicking some goals for us. So the challenge for him will be doing against an elite opposition, an elite team that's defensively very good. So we'll look forward to that. He should get some confidence out of that. The other man who'll get some confidence is Big Sean Hampson. He's going to be our Daycore matchup this week against, obviously, probably the best ruckman in the comp over the last 6 or 7 years, Big Aaron Sandilands. But he's a pretty good matchup, I reckon, in the middle, because he does get his hand to it, Big Hammer. Yeah, he's a bit different than Ivan. He's a bit taller and got a bit more reach. So last time in the centre bounce, we absolutely smacked, clearance-wise, and hopefully Hammer can help Ivan out, and we can get a good result through these two. And you must like that when you look at a ruckman and see that they're actually getting a few clearances themselves, not just tapping it down. Yeah, that's the big one. And the contested possessions, I don't think Hammer's ever averaged 11.5 possessions a game. So I know he's only played a couple, but that's great for him. And hopefully his work around the ground can continue. He should be able to run Big Sandilands around a little bit. You'd think so, but yeah, you'd think so. But Sandilands is one of their better runners. So for us, it's limiting his impact around the ground and then hopefully working the other way on him. He's not real good coming out of full back, though, Big Sandy. None of you ruckmen are, lady. Come on. Hey, Michael Walters, Ballantyne goes out of their team, obviously, but I reckon this guy here is one player who's got better this year. Yeah, he's been, he's surprised a lot of people with his consistency. Kicked 3 goals 3 against us last time, kicked some good goals last week against Carlton. So for us, it'll be a big matchup in our back line, whether someone like Taylor Hunt, Nick Loston could go to him and hopefully shut him right out, but his importance in their forward line is massive. What about guys like this that can get the job done? We know how good he is at crumbing the ball, but he can actually take a big grab as well, can't he? Yeah, he sure can, and you saw before in that edit just previous, he can kick the ball off one step as well and kick goals. So the challenge for us will be to keep goals side of him all the time and not let him have easy possession. So we think we've got a good matchup for him though. Well, lady, everyone knows when you take on Freo, they've got that big-bodied midfield, and particularly these 3 guys. Nat Fyfe, we've talked about him all year, but Mundy and Barlow continue to get the job done as well. It's really hard to stop them, isn't it? Yeah, once they get up and going, as we said before, the Sandilands hitting the ball down to these guys. They're number 1. I think he's number 3 or 4 in the comp for clearances. So it does help having a big ruckman around helping. And I think one that's not on here as well is Lachie Neale, who plays that role very well as well, gets under people's guards a little bit. I guess they're hard to stop. These contested possession numbers, they are huge, both of them guys, particularly Fyfe and Mundy. Barlow not quite as much, but that's pretty hard to stop. Yeah, that happened last time as well against them. They had high contested numbers, especially these two and Lachie Neale. So for us, beyond our mids, Dusty and Koch, Milesy, Grigger, to get the job done against them and try and nullify them, if not win the ball themselves. Absolutely tough job to stop them. Hopefully we can do that. I'll tell you what, you'd be really happy with our defence this year. And I see Mark Robinson's picked up on it in the Herald Sun today, pumping up our defence. And there's some really good numbers coming out of our wins this year. In 7 wins, we've held the opposition to 10 goals or less. You've got to be really pleased with that, Lady.
Yeah, it's been really good. Ben Rutten's come in obviously from Adelaide, and he's got a few ideas and that kind of stuff, and Ross Smith's been really good as well. So our defence has been our strong point all year, and it's the reason we're high up on the ladder at the moment, and we need that to continue and hopefully pick up our attacking side.
How much of your defence has got to do with how you use the ball the other way, just being a bit more cautious, I guess, with it?
Yeah, you can see after about round 8 here, we really started knuckling down our defence. Early in the year, we're probably going for too many risky kicks and not getting away with it, and the opposition is scoring easy goals. So we've sort of settled down a little bit in that area at the moment. Defenders
love it when you just turn it over in the middle and they go straight back over their head. Basher Hooley, part of that defence, obviously, and I just reckon he's one player that maybe doesn't get enough credit for what he's actually been doing at this club for a long period of time now, and his numbers this year are outstanding.
Yeah, he's definitely our rebounding half-back. He uses the ball really well. He's one of our best runners at the club as well, so he's always in position to receive the ball. You see here, this has really picked up this year, his contested possession. He's more consistent in that area, but this is the big one. I think he's second at the club behind Dusty, so getting that metres gained every game is really good for us.
And not that easy when you've got to defend but then get that sort of meterage as well the other way.
Yeah, and that's something he's improved in his game, doing both those things a lot better than he has in the past. And Bash will be the first to admit he's defending really well first, but then he's playing offence second.
Yeah, he's having a great year. Well, it's a big game this week, obviously, against Freo, and the club's set a bit of a target, I guess, to have the biggest ever crowd Freo have played against in a home and away game outside of Perth. I think it's 46,000. So
should get that easy,
means a lot. It means a lot for the players, though, doesn't it?
Definitely. The crowds at MCG have been amazing this year. Even last Friday night against Carlton, that was pretty good. Sorry, 2 Fridays ago. Yeah. Just have that big crowd. When you need a big spur on, they give it to you, and the Richmond Army get up and go, and it's great.
Well, Freo get that every week at home. So make sure you get there, Tiger fans. Cheer the boys home. We want 46,000 there. The VFL is on here beforehand, so get to the Me Centre, watch the boys take on Sandringham. Thanks for joining us, Lady. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Could be a little bit wet, I think, so bring your rain jacket.
You'll be on the bench, or?
No, I've got to do the other game, but I'll be checking on the phone, mate. I'll be on the app, don't worry about that. Get to the G. That's been the Spotlight on round 17.